There is nothing worse than having wet gear at the end of a long hiking day, and sometimes there's no way to dry it and you just have to suck it up and put it back on in the morning. That is why I prefer to prevent that from happening and keeping my gear dry during the day, even when it rains, okay? Apart from your usual rain pants and rain jacket, there's a few things you need to consider that will help keep your gear dry when you're hiking. So the first thing you can do is actually protect your pack with a rain cover. Most packs nowadays will come with a standard rain cover when you buy them, and they are usually a really good fit for the pack. So they will fit perfectly and they will not blow away in the wind, and they will keep most of the rain out, okay? If your pack did not come with a standard rain cover, then you can just buy it separately. Just make sure you have the right fit for your backpack. It's always good to have it a little bit tight so that when it's really windy it doesn't blow away. Always make sure that your rain covers everything, including the sides of your backpack, but also the brain, okay? Because that's usually where the rain will get in. The size and the waterproofing level of the rain cover will make a big difference at the end of the day. Alright, the second thing to consider is a pack liner. A pack liner acts as a first line of defense when the rain gets through your bag. That is usually more important than a rain cover, but I'm gonna jinx myself on that now. So when you put everything in a pack liner, when you start packing your bag, then everything inside that pack liner will stay dry. There's a variety of pack liners out there that you can choose from, but always make sure you check the size and the waterproofing level, okay? When I was in New Zealand, I actually bought a pack liner from the dock office. And these are really huge. They're really cheap. They're about $5, and but they're huge. Like, look at it. It's basically the size of me, and this is already cut in half. So when you do buy a cheap one, you can always cut it to the size of your backpack and just put it inside your bag before anything else. And that acts as like an extra layer. Protect the gear on the inside of your backpack, just in case the outside is not waterproof or gets wet. There's also a few cheap alternatives that you can use, such as a garbage bag. But if you use a garbage bag, then always make sure that you know that they rip a lot easier than a pack liner, and the material is of course not that sturdy, but it will do the job if you really choose to use a garbage bag as a pack liner. So then something that I always use to help keep my gear dry is actually dry bags. You know, so like this one from Sea to Summit, or I've got another one from Nature Hike. So I put my clothes in here and also my sleeping bag, because those are the most important things to keep dry. And definitely your gear that you want to put on at night when it's been raining and you want to keep yourself dry. I also use a dry bag for food, but that's just because it's very convenient. So again, there's a variety of sizes and brands you can choose from, but I usually go for the lightest weight for the best quality, and of course that's what we all want, right? And we also want the cheapest. Now, I am very happy with the Nature Hike dry bags or stuff sacks, and this is for example a 20-liter one, and you know, it's super light. It's half the weight than my Sea to Summit one, and you know, it does a job. I'm super happy with it. I would buy it again, definitely. So a cheap alternative to dry bags is actually Ziploc bags. It's the same principle as with the garbage bags. They will have lesser quality and they will rip easily, and just make sure you protect them from sharp edges of your gear. But it will do the job, you know, especially when you have those ones that you can open and close easily, because then they will last a lot longer. They're also very lightweight. Then another thing I want to mention to you guys is I always use a waterproof pouch for my phone. I mentioned before that I already lost the phone on trail, and it actually made me quit my hike at the time because it was also my emergency device. And again, that is why you should never rely on your phone, and always bring a PLB, because you never know what might happen, okay? So I found these ones on Amazon, and they're about, I think it was $5 or $10. I'm super happy with it. You can put it around your neck, and it'll keep your phone dry. It's also supposed to go underwater up until 30 meters. Now, I haven't tried that, but if you have, please let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely check it out. I still have to do a test, okay? But I have tested this on hikes before where it rained heavily, and I did manage to film with it. One of the reasons that I bought this one is because it guaranteed the same quality of filming than when you don't have that around your phone, okay? Plus, also when you buy one of those waterproof pouches for your phone, always make sure that it's touchscreen proof so that you can still use your touchscreen. We've literally hopped over rocks over there. Wow, look at that. Another waterproof pouch that I always take with me is this one. This one acts as a purse for when I go to town, and I usually keep my important documents in there. It guarantees me that my passport won't get wet, my documents won't get wet, and anything that needs to stay dry stays dry, okay? This is again a cheap solution to a very annoying problem. So of course I mentioned that all these things are aside from having waterproof clothing, but also you can buy a waterproof backpack if you really want to. Even if you would have a waterproof backpack, I would still recommend having a pack liner just in case. And of all these items, a pack liner is probably the most important in my opinion, because it will keep all the rest dry if you need it. And it's very lightweight, okay? So when it comes to waterproof rain gear, you need something that is very breathable and lightweight. Your first layer should be a fast drying layer, so then you don't always have to put on your rain pants when it starts raining. But in terms of the rain pants, it's important that it has a zipper on the side so that you can just put it on when it starts raining. Now, I would do anything to keep my gear dry, because I have been in situations where I was super cold because all my gear was wet. I was in my tent, it was raining through my tent, and that's another thing. You need a really good tent if you go hiking, depending on the environment you go hiking. But yeah, I think it's so important to keep your gear dry. So I really hope this information will help you guys to keep your gear dry. If it does, please let me know in the comments below. Again, if you know anything else that helps you keep your gear dry, or if you know any hacks that will save your gear from getting wet, then also please let me know, because we're all here to learn. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! You can see the weather coming in. Wow. And it's been raining all day. I am freezing. What a nice way to finish the walk. Nice. Everything's wet. So to give you an example how quickly the weather changes here, we couldn't see in front of us like maybe 20 seconds ago. There's another cloud coming. It's been horrible weather today, but it's okay because we can test our rain gear, and also we're still dry, so that's a plus.